Welcome to the Ukraine official broadcast.
Hello, welcome everybody to Ukrainian News, the best channel of the country. Tonight, we're having some interesting topics about our country and its history, from 1985 till these days. Let's start with Emma, that is going to tell us about our political history.
My name is Emma Dickinson, and today I'm going to talk to you about some events that are part of the history of Ukraine. I'm going to show you a map of this country. Here we can see where is Ukraine and their border countries. The rise of the Soviet power. This event happened in 1986 and it's about a reactor at the Chernobyl nuclear power station explodes. This sent a radioactive plume across Europe, and desperate efforts are made to contain the damaged reactor within a huge concrete cover. One of the most important events of Ukraine was its independence. This happens in 1991, and it's that Ukraine declares independence following attempt coup in Moscow. The Orange Revolution is also very important. It was a series of protests and political events that took place in Ukraine from late November of 2004 to January of 2005, in the immediate aftermath of the runoff vote of the 2004 Ukrainian presidential election. And the last one, but not least important, is the Maidan Revolution. This happened in November of 2013 and it's about tens of thousands of protesters take to the streets to protest at the government's decision to abandon plans to sign an association agreement with the USA, blaming Russian pressure. Now Carol is going to tell you about the economic history of Ukraine.
Hello, my name is Anastasia Yalta, and I'm going to explain a summary of the economic history of Ukraine and what does it produce and has it changed over time and some examples. So to start, we have to be clear that grain, sugar, and sunflower seeds are the main agricultural yields, and this was the main things that the country produced during the past. In the future, and with the help of industrialization, Ukraine has started to sell and produce metals and oil and products that the country is also involved. And it is also involved in producing coke, fertilizer, airplanes, turbines, metallurgical equipment, diesel locomotives, and tractors. And these are some tourism really like that help tourism because like people can see the process of the buildings of, for example, airplanes, and this is something that attracts a lot of people to Ukraine. So yes, the economic history has changed thanks to industrialization. Now Ukraine produces a lot of modern stuff that can help us to travel and other things.
Hi, my name is Lesia, and today I'm going to talk about the European Union and Ukraine. Ukraine, in the present, is part of the European Union. The European Union is a political community of laws constituted in a sui generis regime of international organization created to promote and welcome the integration and common governance of the states and people of Europe. In 2013, Ukraine protest packet Maidan Square demanded the political changes, showing their dissatisfaction with the economic and social situation. Much of the country expressed its yearning for a different Ukraine, less corruption, and closer to the Western Bloc and the European Union. On March 30 of 2012, the drafting was given of the Union of Ukraine with the European Union, which was signed on March 21 of 2014 in Brussels, Belgium.
Thank you, Lisa, for your contribution and your explanation. Now we're going to talk about the economy of Ukraine. Ukraine's modern economy was developed as an integral part of the larger economy of the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, while receiving a smaller share of the Soviet Union assets and producing a greater proportion of products with a lower set price. Ukraine was able to produce bigger share of total outputs within the industrial and particularly the agricultural sectors of the Soviet Union. In effect, a centrally distributed transfer of wealth from Ukraine amounting to 1/5 of its value helped to finance economic development in other parts of the country, notably Russia and Kazakhstan. Now we're going to see the economic growth. So the economic growth here, you can see that in 1950 it has a 27.6%, and when the years pass, you can see that the population began to rise up, and that means that the economic growth started rising up because there were more people that sell stuff and more people that make all the things that make the economic growth grow. Okay, now we're going to see the unemployment rate. Okay, so now we're going to see the unemployment rate. As you can see in the chart, the green line, it's above 14. That means that a lot of people were not able to get jobs because there were not too much jobs for the people that were in the country at that age in 1995. What happened is that when the past of the years, we started getting more companies because of the economic growth, and we started getting more people to get jobs, and that made us that's what you can see in the chart. And by now you can see that it's lower than it was before.
And finally, we are going to see a show of our professional dancers.
Thank for watching tonight's show. Keep in touch for more Ukraine news.